In your book, you say the ghetto is not just a place, but a pathology.
Yeah.
What are some of the characteristics of the ghetto?
Yeah. All right. The main characteristic of the ghetto is isolation. All right. Physically, the ghetto is created to be isolated from the rest of society. All right. Its own quarter, where back in the days when it was first created, they would draw bridges and all sorts of stuff. So once you were in the ghetto, you couldn't get out. All right. In many ways, we have our invisible walls around the ghetto today. So that's one thing. The other part that I think I try to emphasize in the book is that people within the ghetto itself, they're isolated from one another, right? You live in a building, you never talk to the person next door, you don't know what's going on down the street. So the real high sense of isolation is the biggest characteristic. So how do you have healthy relationships in an environment like that? Even within the family itself, within one unit. How do you have relationships with one family with another, or one street with another? All right, really have some sense of community in the ghetto. That's the biggest problem, the isolation. And people know that. I mean, people who live in these environments have a sense that we're not supposed to be connected with the outside world, or we're not good enough to be connected with each other. So isolation is the greatest characteristic of the ghetto, physically, mentally, spiritually in some sense. That's the main thing. It was created for that, to isolate its inhabitants from the rest of society.